The following video is one that I promised to you guys. It's me doing zombie makeup on someone. My dear friend Sarah, she let me use her as an experiment. She put up with it and she was very good about it, considering the fake blood dyed her face pink for a little bit. I'll be doing a voiceover during the video so you know what I'm doing, what I'm using. I'll have a list of supplies and links to where you can get supplies in the description. Yeah, so let's begin. Enjoy. Okay, first off, as you can see, there's red lines on her face. That was just some red eyeshadow just so I could see where exactly all the wounds would be on her face and to give a little texture underneath. Currently, I am paling out her face, which is hard to do since she's already so pale. But what I used was some cream makeup from Mehron, I believe that's how it's pronounced, and I mixed it with some foundation. And I'm just putting it on her face where she needs it. I fixed the lighting because the lighting was crap. So yeah, just paling it out with a foundation brush. If you're going to use a foundation brush, I recommend either using one that's crappy and you're going to throw away anyway, or buying a paintbrush that could work as a foundation brush because the cream makeup will destroy it. Makes it all gunky and disgusting. Do 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 do. Getting phone calls on trying to do our makeup. How rude. Okay, next I put liquid latex over where I marked the wounds on her face. So you just paint it right over where you're going to want some skin breakage, because this works really well for fake skin. So you just kind of paint it on there. It takes a few minutes to dry. If you can't afford liquid latex or can't find it, Elmer's glue, Elmer's white school glue works really well. It just takes a lot longer to dry. Now that the latex is dry, there's a little break there, what I'm doing is I'm breaking it and I'm using tweezers to pull it apart so that we get a little 3D effect going. It looks really cool. If you want to do this for fake wounds, if you're being a zombie, or even if you want to go heavy duty and do like a Freddy Krueger kind of thing, this could work. Just don't get it near your eyes, don't get it in your mouth. Just kind of fake it. And try not to get near the hairline. We had some problems with that. It does get stuck in the hair, and it does hurt taking it off. So use with caution, but still it gives a really, really cool effect. Now all you gotta do is kind of, if you can see, I'm scratching right where I want to break it, because if you go in with the tweezers, you'll end up grabbing the skin instead of the fake skin. So just scratch it a bit till there's a break, put the tweezers under it and pull. Like that. Okay, next I took a Q-tip and I took some dark brown eyeshadow. I'm just putting it in the wounds just to give it a little bit of depth. You don't want to put too much on, because any brown or black eyeshadow on the edges of the liquid latex will end up making it look like burns. So you really don't want to use much of that unless you're going for a burned effect. Then the more the better. Next, I'm putting this weird gunky stuff. It'll be in the description because I forget what it's called at the moment. But I'm putting a bunch of it on her neck where there's going to be a huge bite mark. And I'm gluing it down with liquid latex. And that stuff was really gross. Really, really sticky and nasty. But if you're going to make it look like a zombie tore your neck open, it works pretty well. I believe it's called scar skin, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, next I'm going back over with some red eyeshadow over the wounds to tone down the brown I put on earlier. and just to give it a little more redness around the wounds instead of just inside, because just inside isn't really realistic. And I used a brush to just kind of brush some more red on randomly on her face. I think like she's been, you know, through hell. Now, the Q-tip with the brown eyeshadow again, putting it on her eyelids. And I have her smudge it out because my fingers were all sticky from the stupid scar skin stuff. So she blend it out really well to make it look natural. I'm putting a little bit underneath her eyes. And then I'm having her blend that out as well. Now we get the good sunken eye look. Now that the liquid latex is dry on her neck, I'm using foundation. You can use it mixed with the cream makeup again or just regular colored foundation. And I'm putting it over the scar skin to make it look like her skin. And now I'm pulling it apart to make it look like a zombie ripped her neck open. It was pretty gross. Now I'm adding the fake blood, just a little bit, because we're just doing the first layer of fake blood, just to make it look like it's been there for a while. And I know on the camera, the blood will end up looking really pink. I don't know why it does that. It was stupid. But it looks really cool in real life, I promise. And the first layer of blood, you can be really, really just sponge it on. I use makeup sponges just to sponge it on there. And now I'm doing the wounds in her face, on the inside of the wounds, just to make it look like the blood is actually coming out of her face instead of just on her face. And now I'm just darkening the inside of the neck wound because it didn't look very realistic, so we had to fix it up a bit. So I used the brown eyeshadow on the foundation brush. Now I'm adding the extra blood to make it look fresh, because she's a nice fresh zombie. And let it drip for a second. Then I need to stop the drip, so I just touched it up with my finger and the palm of my hand. She mouthed off, so I kind of put some on her mouth just to shut her up. And I decided to make her a messy zombie. She's not a very neat eater, because she is the undead. So, wipe off the excess blood. It does look very pink on here. And that's it. Thank you.